So this is the bouncing, so it's to fire up the multifidus, the small little segmental muscles in your spine, and to help your nervous system, your brain read a central longitudinal axis so the body doesn't keep losing where it is in space all the time. So it's to help you not have to think about keeping that axis, the body just does it. So we want a ball that's, your hips are slightly higher than your knees. So this is perfect for me here. Your feet a little bit, some width, so wider than your, about the width of your shoulders. And you want to feel your feet flat on the floor. Without shoes is best, so you can feel the skin contact. We want to get a lot of proprioceptive information through your body. The key thing from here is that your front and back is the same length. So here and here are the same length. If I do this, this tissue gets really short and it gets really long through here. And if I go that way, which is what most people do, it gets really long through here and short through here. So we want the pelvis to rock back and forward. So you feel the lower back almost flat. That's generally the right place for people. So just even length front and back. Chin a little bit tuck and a sense of lift through the neck as if there's a balloon pulling you up here. So that upward impulse is important for the rectus, the transverse abdominis. Feel that first. So that's the first part. Then we're aiming to soften here. So you can keep that position by keeping the hip flexors soft. Then we start bouncing. So you push through your feet to start the bounce. So we want the initiation of the impulse to come through the feet, which means the glutes activate the bounce. If not, if you're someone who regulates things from your neck, you might find it's your neck that starts it. We don't want that, it's a really bad pattern. So you push through your feet to start the bounce. And while you're here, the amplitude will make your body throw out different things. So if your neck's quite weak, you might find it keeps collapsing all the time. If you're weak through here, can't stabilize, you might find it starts to do this. So you're just keeping that central line. If you keep thinking about the balloon pulling you up, it'll activate what it needs to. For some people, in the session we would have mentioned, you either have a longer left ear or a longer right ear to help that line up as well, so we would have said that. So what you can go through is just one arm, straight up to the front, back down, other arm, keep the bounce going, side. There's usually at some point here, and you'll usually feel, it's good to have a mirror in front of you first though, when you go up, usually that happens, so you start to lose the axis here. So you're being aware of keeping that straight axis and the arm not throwing you off, so you keep having this idea of the balloon drawing you up if you do feel you're being kicked off. This one here, generally a little bit of a drag to the side and then it recovers again, so you want to have that sense of impulse, so you just have that straight impulse. The arm motion doesn't affect your central axis. And the last one is rotation. So your arm is a bit bent, like you're holding a big ball, and you're turning on the axis, wherever you can comfortably go. And what often happens here, the hip flexor can't let go. So as you're turning, it'll start to do this. So you actually lose weight out of this hip, and your spine can do weird things to try to get around. So we still want that axis through the body the whole time, no change in the axis. If you find your hip wants to keep moving, relax here, think about a heavy hip here, and don't go so far. Let your brain read that by relaxing that area, heavy hip, until you find you can go around without it coming up. So it's a neurological change.